Transformation, crazy, crazy, crazy works. Um, where do we start? We were at 103 centimeters when we first started to now 95.5. Damn, that's crazy. Um, Visuals are looking insane. Like we were just having a little laugh about this before, but look at the pot belly before, which is crazy.
It's crazy, yeah.
Midsection a lot tighter, upper portion of the pecs bigger. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I mean, the biggest thing I've noticed is like doing the love handles around your waist. Yeah,
Yeah.
significantly dropped. But Raj, let's talk. Let's talk. So, what were you like before joining Core Fitness, and what was you struggling with the most? Talk to me.
Yeah. Before Court Fitness, my lifestyle wasn't upon reflection, it wasn't as great as it should be. I wasn't exercising as much as I should. With my desk job, office job, it meant that I was working from home. I would just be at home sitting most of the day. Nutrition wise as well, it wasn't great as well. I was just eating whatever was at home. I was snacking a lot. I was having a lot of late night snacks. We used to have occasions where we could go to like client sites. I was just munching. I was eating a lot of food. Um, so yeah, it wasn't the best phase, I'd say. And back in the day, I wasn't really contemplating as much of what I was doing because I guess there was nothing to look up to or like reference with. But I think since being on this journey,
Yeah.
I remember just the first week when I had to do looking at the calories of what I was like eating. It was just a massive wake up call. Um, and yeah, the journey's been a very eye-opening experience for me for sure.
No, I really appreciate it, bro. I mean, like I said, you've definitely come a long way, as you guys saw from the visuals, was looking insane. So your biggest struggle was, I would say, like obviously routine, not knowing what to eat as well. Obviously the South Asian diet as well. It's kind of hard to get your head around. Obviously the ghee, tail, all that stuff. It
Yeah.
can get a bit techie. But Raj, what actually made you decide to join us in particular?
Yeah. The biggest thing for me was my confidence and also trying to make a difference for my family. So I think first of all, when it comes to confidence, it was just, before I sort of got to the stage pre-COVID, I used to go to the gym. I used to play a lot of sports. I was in a very good shape. So the clothes I was wearing, the way I presented myself, I was very confident. I think since COVID, um, you know, with the physique I had, I just felt very not as confident as I was before. So the type of clothes I was wearing still, and even when I went out, it was sort of very quiet and stuff. I really wanted to change that. Just be what I used to be before, because I know it's achievable, but just didn't have the knowledge or the sort of the support needed to do that. I've been the sort of guy that, if friends were working out, I would tag along with them. But then now I've gone back to being by myself and I just didn't really stay on track. And also was around sort of for my family as well. So
Yeah.
when you reached out to me, I saw the good work you guys had done with similar people to me,
Hmm.
especially around the Asian climate. And you guys sort of understood that, the diet is difficult, what kind of diet we have. And I think that sort of triggered me to think you guys would understand what kind of lifestyle I'm currently leaving,
Yeah.
but also what I could achieve if we made the relevant improvements, etc. So using that knowledge, I thought I could also feed back to my family. I've got a younger brother, I've got younger siblings, I've got my parents. They also have, health conditions and stuff like that. So I thought I could tap into a family lifestyle where the knowledge and the insights that I'm getting from you guys, I could apply it to our family and sort of help them get better along with me. I think that was one of the big drivers for me for sure.
Bro, that's very, very powerful. And I remember our conversation here, Raj. Like normally when people do come to us, they're like, "Oh, I want to transform," and obviously it is yourself, right? You do want to transform first, but you said
Yeah.
to me, "I want to do this for my fucking family," and that was the most powerful thing to me, and that really hit me hard. And you're right. Like if you leave, like, we're kind of brought up in an environment where family is everything. For being South Asian, family is everything. And the day you start eating better, it has a detrimental effect on other people. But what changes have you actually started to see in terms of like physically, mentally, and actually in daily life?
Yeah. Physically, I think. you can see from the progress pictures, it's what I used to be before what I am now. I'm a lot more confident in my body. I'm a lot more confident in what I wear. I've dropped at least a size in my trousers, and I can just tell now because the trousers that I was wearing
Yeah,
before,
baggy.
have them now. Yeah, exactly. I still have them now, but it's loose and I'm needing a belt and stuff like that. So just knowing that it's an instant boost there. But also with the advice that Luke's given me through the dieting, etc.,
Mhm,
my siblings in particular have noticed the difference in me since I started the journey.
mhm.
And now they're talking about calories and they're being mindful of what they eat as well because they've seen the journey I've been on. At
Yeah,
the beginning, I don't think they really understood and they were probably a bit didn't understand of, oh, why is this guy talking about calories? Why does it
yeah, yeah.
matter of him weighing out his food and stuff? But they've seen me do that for a continuous, consistent period. And now they're seeing the difference in me and it's triggered them that, oh, if he can do it, I can do it too. And
Yeah.
it's not just that they're doing it by themselves. I'm helping them as well. They might if I see them having a snack that they shouldn't be or something like that, I'm just, you know,
Yeah, yo,
giving them a
yo,
little pointer. Yeah, yeah, just be like, are you sure you want that? But they're taking my feedback on board now, and I think it's impacted them as well because yeah, they're the bad habits that I used to have and I see in them, they've stopped doing that or they've reduced it at least. And I think that for me is a win because
Mm.
where we were before and where we are now, if there's even a slight difference, that's a win for me, I think.
No, honestly, Raj, like back yeah, again, like I love the fact that you like include your family because that's what it's all about. Trying to create these changes for other people too. And like
Yeah,
you've seen like the actual visual result. And what I'm trying to understand here is like what part of coaching genuinely helped you the most? If there's one thing to be like, "Okay, you know what, there was a Luke genuinely helped me the most here.
yeah.
Is it the training? Is it the nutrition or the mindset? What would you think was like, okay, cool, this was the most game changing thing for me?
I think for me, I'm going to be diplomatic and say all three. Um,
Fair enough.
Only because at the beginning of my journey, um, I didn't go to the gym. I didn't go to the gym because I didn't want to. I was lazy, etc. Yes, I was a bit lazy, let's say, but
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
more that I didn't know what to do and how to do it.
Hmm.
So I think the feedback that you gave, giving me the workout plan to cater to my needs and what I wanted to achieve,
Yeah,
once I started that workout plan, it really helped me get a bit more confident in the gym. And you took my advice on board. Like you understood that, I wasn't comfortable in the free weight area
yeah,
because it was always busy. So you helped me sort of ease into the gym with the weighted machines. And now if I go to the gym, I'm not looking around. I'm just focused on my workouts. I'm doing my own thing and I'm more confident doing that.
yeah.
Also with the diet, like I know obviously everyone talks about protein, for example. But one thing I didn't really appreciate when we had the chat with Luke was around gut health. What that was one thing that really stood out to me. Understanding gut health and how that impacts you. Obviously, protein and all of that good stuff we hear about from everyone, but it's how Luke understood the diet I was having, but then also provided feedback. So I wasn't going on a strict diet or a diet that I've never been on before, which wouldn't have been sustainable. It was the food I was already having, but how can we make it better? Making better, effective alternative options, which would be low in calorie or low in other areas that I didn't need at the moment. Um, and then that brings me on to mindset. So having the workout, having the nutrition guide to follow, that's instantly improved my mindset. Before, I wasn't really thinking, I was just doing what I wanted, not thinking about the consequences, etc. I think now my mindset's definitely changed. Now I'm thinking about the week ahead. I'm thinking
Yeah,
about where I'm
yeah.
going to be doing the workouts, what I'm
Yeah.
going to be doing, how can I make today better than tomorrow, for example. So I think all those three sort of factors have been massively improved since joining the program.
100%, bro. What I love, like, just guys, just so you understand, like, it's like for you, Raj, what was kind of crazy is the fact that when you first started, like, let's look at a seed press, for example, like, you were lifting 32 for 10, and now, like, we just the numbers have been going up. But the thing is, right, like, doubling the weight, what the hell? But the thing is, like,
Exactly.
it's crazy because the thing about Raj, guys, like, when Raj came to me, like, you were a bit scared of going to the gym. And this is why we were like, cool, we understood this, took it onto board, stuck you to machines. And you've made all this progress just sticking to machines, which is absolutely fucking crazy, as well as a bit of other exercises. But we catered it to you, and bro, you thrived in the program because you ran towards fear, you faced the fucking fear and did it anyways. That's the most important thing. But like I said, like this is why you're an amazing client, Raj, because you take on board what you feed, like what you're not confused about. You ask us questions in the form clips. How do I do X, Y, and Z? Even from a nutritional standpoint, this guy, guys, did not miss with his food. Like, look, South Asian diet, nothing's really changed. I mean, if I was to really go back on your diet before, what was it? You love a glass of Coke, like
Yes.
that was your guilty pleasure back in the day. But guys, like a lot of people think, oh, when they go on the so-called diets, it's unsustainable, but you're eating foods that you've already eaten, but with the right adaptations. And I feel like Luke's done a really, really good job. Look, roti, chai, and what's that? Eggs. Scrambled eggs.
Yes, more thanks. Yeah.
That's it. But yeah, like, and with the mindset thing as well, Raj, like, just to kind of tap on it a bit more as well. It was the fact that you asked us questions. Like the group chat we had with you, like, this is opportunity to ask as many questions as possible. And that's exactly what you did. When you didn't understand anything, you would ask that question. And this is what I like. It's a two-way street. Like, we can give you everything, but we have to meet in the middle for us to achieve a result. And you've done an absolutely fucking amazing job. So, bro, I just want to say well done. But in terms of
I
like,
appreciate it.
okay, say if my name was what's a really, really common Indian name?
Raj, probably.
Another Raj. Let's say we talking to another Raj, right? And he was on the fence. He was just like, oh, you know what? I want to join Core Fitness. I'm not too sure. I watched all the videos. Well, what would you say to the other Raj that is sitting on the fence to join Core Fitness?
Yeah. I'd say definitely take the time to invest in yourself and go for it. I think at the start, I think that, well, yeah, one thing I did mention is this is my first ever sort of coaching experience. I've never had a coach or a trainer or a PT before in my life. So taking this plunge was definitely a dive into the unknown. But I think the conversations that we had initially and the sort of the things you mentioned of what you guys do, how you cater the program to each person is what attracted me. And I'd say that's what's the biggest selling point for me. Um, it's not easy to change your lifestyle instantly. You can do it for a week or two, but to make it sustainable for lifelong, it's not. And I think that's what differentiates you from the others. And I think if people are thinking about whether they should join you or not, I'd say definitely give it a go. Um, with me, it definitely made a difference. I think what you get out of this experience is the knowledge more than anything. Like, appearances, it's all good. It makes a difference, but it's the knowledge that's the biggest with like key here. And that's what you're essentially investing in with you guys, the the knowledge about working out how you should be working out, what the areas are you can work out, but then also the nutrition elements of, yeah, you can have the diets that you still want, but what is a better choice or better alternatives that you can do to still live the life you're doing but just impact you in a better way. And I think those are the two things that really helped me. Also, the WhatsApp chat about whenever I had a question, sometimes I feel like once you've got a PT or a coach, they might not be as forward with replying to you or being in contact or available. But I think one thing I found out with you guys is, the conversations that we had whenever, whether it was the gym or the nutrition, if I had a question, I wasn't afraid to ask that question on the group chat with you guys. And you guys always came back to me with a good option or at least some advice to help me overcome the barrier or the challenge that I had, which I really appreciated as well. So knowledge was key here.
I definitely appreciate the kind words, bro, and vice versa to you. Like, of course, we had a little joke with Fergie time leaving the workouts last minute,
Yeah.
but I completely agree with what you're saying. A lot of people think, oh, let me just do it. Let's do it spontaneously. But honestly, bro, like this was an investment in yourself. It's a knowledge. Like now you know how to stay in shape sustainably for the
Yeah.
rest of your life. So
Yeah,
a lot of
100%.
our clients after 16 weeks do end up staying in the program. But for you, Rod, you're like, you know what? I've learned what I need to learn, achieve some sort of result. Now you're going to continue this for yourself. And this is what I mean. A lot of people think, oh, they cruise in their life. They do like 3 or 4, 5 years of just trying to do it themselves. But you took the knowledge. It's like a little course, kind of in a way.
Yeah.
You've learned, bro. You've learned, and that's a beautiful thing about it. And I'm so proud because It wasn't easy. There's up times where you didn't feel like going to the gym, you didn't feel like doing X, Y, and Z, but you still made it work. And yeah, bro, this is why we do exactly what we do. And I feel like what I'm extremely proud about is you didn't do it for yourself. You did it for other people too. Of course, you did it for yourself too, but that's the most powerful thing. But how do you generally feel about investing in yourself now? Like, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I think now I'm glad I did. I don't really tend to invest much time on myself. I do it, as I said, for my family, and I try to look out for them more. So doing this was a bit of a jump into the unknown, but I'm glad I did. I honestly think it's benefited me a lot that I could imagine. And now it's sort of set me up for my upcoming life, I think. Um, Even if I use this as a baseline, this is a good baseline to start off from. And obviously we've spoken about drop sets and supersets to be even better, but that's something I can try now, because I know where to look or how to look and see where that can be better. But yeah, without a shadow of doubt, I'm glad I invested in myself and with you guys as well because the journey has been amazing.
Yeah, honestly, but it really, really has been. And yeah, I'm just so proud of you. In terms of like, okay, what's next for you then, Rod? What's next for you after this transformation? Are you gonna keep dieting down? You're gonna keep pushing, take your brother. I think you said mentioned that taking your brother to the gym or something now. Like you're like, I feel like you're the PT of the household now.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, next steps for me are, to be honest, it's just continue what the good work we've done. It would be a shame for me to do all this hard work, do all this investment in myself to only go for the next month and go back to old habits.
Yeah,
So it's no, I'm not going to go back to my old ways for sure. It's that mindset we spoke about. The mindset's there now. So I'm going to continue what we're doing, continue to push, continue to take people along with me as I go on this journey. So, he's take my brother to the gym. Even if he doesn't go to the gym, diet wise, try and help him out where I can. Not just my brother, but my cousins and stuff in my close vicinities. If I see people doing stuff and I think it might be useful to sort of say something, then I won't hesitate to say it. And I think that sort of mentality will help me going forwards. And it will just be it's sort of the values I've learned in core fitness. I'll probably embody them and be a little ambassador and sort of take it with me where I go.
that's it,
So
bro.
yeah, wherever I go, I'll mention it and sort of like talk about what I've learned and sort of the good learnings I've had and try and spread that knowledge to others as well.
Love that from you, bro. But yeah, just to wrap things up here, Rod, I just want to say how proud I am of you. Like, obviously, it's quite a mad. Like, a lot of people just end up staying the same, and yeah, your reason why and what you've achieved in just 15, that was 15 weeks, crazy, absolutely insane. And it's crazy because when, like, the thing is, right, to know what's actually kind of crazy, a lot of people think, like, a lot of when you do buy something or like invest, not buy, and when you invest in something, they think it's tangible. Like, you know what, I'm gonna buy a remote, it's tangible, but you were not sold, but you invested in an identity frame of yourself, a new identity. You invested into an identity of yourself. Obviously, we mapped it out for you, and you
Yeah,
stepped into that identity, bro. And you are now this person. And just to kind of bring up the pictures again, like it's actually so so crazy. Like, like I can even see it in your face, bro.
my
Look how
face. Yeah,
yeah, bro. The face fat is crazy. But no, I just want to wrap up and saying like I really appreciate you. And the sky's the limit for you, bro. Let's keep pushing. And the thing about all our clients, they don't have the cheap result and they're cheap for the rest of your life. And if you want to know, if you want to push it to a new level, you know who to call. But yeah, bro,
yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah.
really appreciate you, man. But yeah, any other final thoughts before we wrap up this little testimonial slash interview?
No, I think just a big thanks to yourself and Luke for obviously all the help you guys have done. It's been incredible. And also a big thank you to yourself. Like obviously you reached out to me initially. Obviously we hadn't even heard of each other and I think I'm sort of glad you did because without that we wouldn't be where we are right now. So and also I don't think I would have ever gone down this coaching route
Crazy,
if it
isn't it?
wasn't.
Like
Yeah.
you,
So
you sit and really deflect. Like imagine if I never sent the message. Crazy.
exactly. So I think, yeah, a big thank you to you for that. It's sort of helped me shape my future and it's really helped me out a lot. So yeah,
Nah,
big kudos to you guys. And I can't wait for other people to like join you guys in the future as well. Because if what you've done with me and the results that I've seen, if they put in the hard work, trust me, you can get there as well.
Legendary. Thank you, bro. Like,